Hi guys, Monica here, and today I'm interviewing one of my amazing students inside my program, Confidence Through Dance, Tom, who started learning with me as a complete beginner, and he was 61 years old when he started to learn how to dance. Check out what he has to say about his experience. So Tom, tell me when and why did you decide to learn how to dance?
The final push was an important family wedding that I was going to go to. Got the invitation and kind of had that here we go again, not going to be able to dance. My dance skills were pretty much at zero, and I always felt a little left out of weddings, social events. And I said, at 61 years old, now's the time to at least get some skills so I can get up on the floor and have some fun. And always wanted to learn. I always thought people who had the skill to dance looked pretty cool. I always loved music, felt I couldn't participate. Decided to, enough, let's try to learn some things. Let's try to learn a little dancing. And so that was the final push. The wedding invitation. And I'm glad I did, because I created a lot of good memories at that wedding.
In the past, when you were, let's say, invited to an event where you knew there will be dancing involved, how did that make you feel? Were you excited to go? Were you not excited?
Well, regret that the dancing part of it wouldn't be, and it wouldn't be able to participate in the dancing. So I would kind of stand on the side of the dance floor and clap and kind of refuse people's invitation. Come on. I said, nah, I don't feel comfortable.
You can sometimes force yourself to dance just because other people are dancing, but it doesn't feel good because it's right. Forcing yourself, right? So a lot of people, yeah, go ahead.
I could have gotten up and kind of made a fool of myself, some people they don't care. They'll go out and just hop around and have no idea, and God bless them. But maybe I'm a little bit self-conscious, where if I want to do something, at least have some kind of ability at it. Afraid to look stupid.
Yep, that's exactly the reason why I started to learn how to dance. I also didn't want people to look at me funny. I was very self-conscious. Right. So if you have a chance to fix your dance issues, why not just do it and be done with it and move on to other goals? Don't let it stop you from enjoying yourself. So you decided to learn how to dance. You're in your 60s. What methods did you try? I know you took some group lessons, was it?
No, it was actually private lessons, but it was from the names you recognize, the kind of corporate dance studios. I could tell right away that that wasn't going to work for me. It was going to be a very slow process. They really weren't teaching the kind of dancing that I was looking to learn. When you walk in, you say, "I'd like to learn some club dancing," and they say, "Well, take our wedding lessons, take our salsa lessons, take our disco lessons," and they say, learn that, and you'll be able to branch out into the club dancing. And I could tell after a couple of lessons that that wasn't going to happen. And I wasn't crazy about how they taught. They don't want you to practice at home, believe it or not. They want you to learn everything in.
Hold on. What?
Yeah, believe it or not, they feel that they want eyes on you when you're practicing. They figure you're gonna mess up at home. So I guess it's also a way for them to extend the commitment that you're gonna make with them.
See, I think you have to practice, because if it depends where your goals are, right? Because if you're just taking dance lessons just to take dance lessons, just to do something, to have fun, and you're not going to use the skills that you learn anywhere, then it's fine, you can. But if your goal is to overcome some dance floor fears and anxiety, and your goal is to be able to dance with confidence in front of other people, then of course you have to practice by dancing on your own. Right? Because in the club, think about it, when you go to a club, party, a wedding, you're not going to have a teacher there to follow. it makes you feel stuck. You won't be able to do any of these movements that you learned with the teacher by yourself.
I can tell it was going to take years and years to develop any kind of skills with them. That's why your class is perfect with the videos and getting the assessments.
So what styles did you try to learn?
At the other place?
Yeah.
Yeah. They started you off with swing, swing dance, and salsa and hustle. And they said, learn,
Okay.
Try to learn what you can from those three. And they said that will give you be able to branch out into any other area you want. But it was going to be a very slow process. It was going to take a long time to make any real progress. So
yeah, and those, again, it's all about what is your goal. Do you go to salsa clubs? Sure, learn salsa. You don't? Why are you learning salsa?
right.
If you go to clubs where you can hear top 40 music, hip hop, pop, dance, you should be learning the style that's meant for those songs and that genre, right? So if you you want to learn something formal because you have a wedding coming up and maybe you will be in the spotlight like wedding couples, of course you have to learn a dance style that's perfect for those settings. So it all depends on your goals, but your goals were different. You wanted to learn how to dance in informal settings, right? How to dance
in informal settings, right?
Yeah, informal.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
Informal.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, how are your dance skills? How was your rhythm? How was your coordination before you started learning how to dance?
Pretty non-existent. Again, swaying back and forth was about as far as I got. I didn't know anything. Just from the first lesson with you, it was like an awakening, just learning where the snare is, learning on beat, learning the rhythm of the song. I think once I found what to listen for, I think I picked that up pretty quickly, where the snare was. But and my rhythm was okay, but I didn't know how to move steps, move feet, no arm movements at all. I would say pretty non-existent.
So coordination was an issue and rhythm. So pretty much the two most important things when it comes to dancing. Okay, so then
I was definitely starting from scratch.
Fast forward, you started learning in confidence through dance. What improvements did you notice and when?
Within a couple of lessons, it was almost night and day. I was able to get on the floor, at least move around. The course is so well set up, building, like you say, the building blocks. After a few lessons, you're going to be able to get on the dance floor and at least participate in the fun.
Yeah, so of course you have to start with building foundation and starting with simple stuff. A common mistake is that beginners go on, let's say on YouTube, they watch a video, they love the moves they're seeing, and they're trying to learn, starting with the most advanced moves that exist. And they cannot use that learned movement to other songs. They cannot do it on their own. They can just follow a teacher. They cannot freestyle using this move. So what is the point? And then they get discouraged and they stop learning. Where everything is organized in order, it's easier because there is a progression that can be seen from lesson to lesson, from practice session to practice session, and you gradually are becoming better and better, right?
Yeah, 100%. And when you do learn those simpler moves, it does give you confidence to move on. And once you have those down, it's time to move forward. But I would, pretty quickly, I think I had a couple of lessons before my important wedding, and I was able to get on the floor and hold my own, at least,
Yeah, and I think you mentioned somebody noticed from your family that you were dancing?
A few people. I got a couple of calls the next day, and they said, what's the deal? So I told them that, I had signed up with you, and
that's amazing.
They said good going. Yeah.
See, so they notice the difference. That's cool.
It
And
only took me 61 years to.
it's okay. You're doing it now and you're pretty good at it. So look at that. How would you compare learning in the online program, Confidence Through Dance, to learning online, for example, by yourself on YouTube? What is different?
The difference is the assessments that we get from you. It's the pointers from you to really make the moves slick, to make the moves good. You can just get so far, working on your own. You need a couple of professional eyes on you to tell you, where you need to improve.
You have to be sure that you're doing the movements correctly. I always say that you won't be able to go out and do the movements in front of people until you are sure 100% that what you're doing is correct and it looks good on you. So if there's any hesitation, if you ever are questioning if you're dancing on beat, if you're coordinated, if the movements look stiff, you're not going to do them in front of others. So that's why I think that feedback from me is helpful, because you can always ask, and if I see something is not looking right, trust me, I'll tell you. And not only I'll tell you that something is off, I'll tell you how to fix it. And I think that's the important part.
It gives you a real structure. It's a beautiful step-by-step program. I think you'll get a little bit sloppy, and you may jump around, like you said, to the fancy moves. That's not the way to do it. You have to kind of build up. And I think the course is laid out in a way that gets you there.
So after you went through the course, you still are learning, of course, but how do you feel about the dancing in front of others now?
No anxiety. Yeah, I have no problem with it. In fact, I look forward to it. I think I've progressed from just looking to survive on the dance floor and not make a fool of myself to, not standing out, but at least making an impression on people. And I'm so very pleasantly surprised at how far I've come. And again, put in the time, and you'll get where you want to go. But this is the course to take. So
Tom, you've made an amazing progress in my program, and I'm so happy to be teaching you. And hopefully, we'll get to dance together soon one day.
It's been one of the best decisions I ever made joining this class. I'm so glad I did it, and I continue to get a lot out of it. And I'm looking forward to continuing to learn, and it's been nothing but a pleasure.
There will be a link below this video, so if you want to, feel free to apply, get on a call with me. We'll talk about your dance goals. We'll see if I can help, and hopefully we'll dance together soon as well.
I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now.